What's up,
And
guys? It's the Pretty Disturbed podcast. We're here with Alika and your girl Mo here. What is up, people?
welcome to our debut episode. This has been like a long time coming. And by a long time, I mean like probably 5, 6 months.
That part.
The amount of times we're just like, we should create a podcast. We should create a podcast. And we just never did anything. And
Right,
now
but
we're
now you
here.
got your two favorite big titty bitches put together. What's up with the little 1942? What's
She got the
good?
1942, I got the corona. As she said, I'm a grown man. I'm not a man.
Just
I'm
a
not a man.
bit, just a bit, babe. Just a bit. But here I am hitting 1942.
I don't know where my tequila went. My tequila went somewhere else. I'm not even sure. But she gonna drink the tequila for me, and I'm gonna drink the Corona for her because she can't have it.
Purr. We love it here. We love it.
So let's get into how this came about.
Yeah, so originally there's supposed to be three of us, but our girl Courtney, she a hard worker. She a hard worker. She out here with these kids. Fuck them kids, by the way. But she out
Shout
here
out
with
to
them
Courtney.
kids. Shout out to our girl Courtney. But let's get into how we met because, well, it actually started with me and Alika initially.
Right.
So I started off at some point with either the name Edge's baby mama or Edge's throat goat. At some point though, I crossed over with Alika and a handful of other girls that were obsessed with Edge and Lita just as much as I was. I'm like, cool, like someone gets me because
Exactly.
I ain't the only throat goat out here for Mr. Adam before he became, Beth's bitch. So, so we was in a little group chat worth of five, and our original name was Adam's Angel, as per Adam Copeland. He ain't
Yep.
know. I feel like he knew, but we're
You
gonna act
knew.
like he don't know for the sake of Miss Phoenix's feelings and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But we
We're
had a
not gonna
little
talk
group
about that
chat.
today.
I mean, I could drag her all day, and that could be the whole podcast, babe. But we had better things to do than to worry about a blockhead bitch. So that being said, um, we had a little group chat called the Adams Angels where we would just obsess over our man, and we was okay with being sister wives and all that
Exactly. Best time
for
of my life.
years, for years on end. And so, I mean, Alika stuck around. And when it comes to IWC people, you meet many people along the way that kind of just fit whatever dynamic you got going. And so long came Courtney. I'm like, yo, we kind of are alike in our own fucked up way. Like, we're all pretty, but all different. We're all fucked up in a different way. You know what? You would go along with her and we go along together. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, we all kind of like
Meshed
mix.
together.
We like, you don't see it, but I see it, and we would just mix together. Let's be a trouble. Or what the fuck you call it together?
A truffle?
I was like, we go together. As Sexy Red would say, we go together.
Go
So that's
together.
what happened. And the three of us just decided, you know what, we're pretty in our own way, but we're all mentally disturbed, which is fine. We accept it. We take accountability. Pretty and disturbed it is. And it was a joke, but now it just became a podcast a year later. So here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are.
I think I met Courtney through a Twitter space for one of the premium live events. I can't remember which one, but I did meet Courtney through there, and she was taking shots during the space. And I think she swallowed the wrong way. She started choking on the space, and we were like, "Girl, are you okay?" It's okay. I think it was like a summer slam.
Right.
I think it was
Those
around
losses are
there.
like actually tripping me out just a bit. But yeah, no, we had a lot of spaces, especially with my old account. Not my old well, yeah, my old account. I have a new account now. It's so weird to accept that I have a new account.
We missed
But
that account.
Yeah, actually, I do have a new account, guys. If you don't fucking know, it's Mo underscore underscore problemas. But yeah, I was originally MWO Mo slash Edgestroco slash That's Just Mo slash I had too many fucking names slash. Um,
You change your name every day. Like
at
it never
some
changes.
point, I'm trying to avoid these people. But, I put everyone on, but I knew that these girls would just get along because why would they not? And we just did. We just did. So it's a shame she could be on for our first podcast. But again, life just happens, y'all. People get busy. We got to go to work. We got to handle life, got to handle business. And that's what our
That's
little
true.
girl's doing. So here
Although
we
I can't
are.
relate, I'm unemployed. I'm broke. Yeah.
You
Hmm.
got to tell the podcast that, babe. We trying to save face. But
I'm unemployed, but I still get money
we
because I
love a
gotta.
we love an
I'm an
honest girly.
entrepreneur.
We
I'm not,
love an honest girly, okay? We love that.
I'm an entrepreneur. Hello? I don't work for
Her,
the man. The man
her,
works for me.
her. That part. That part. And so here we are. Yes, babe, take a shot to that. But here we are. Here we are. The pretty and disturbed. Am I still disturbed today? Not really so much because I got 9042 in my hand per. But a
Period.
bitch is having a good time. A
We're
great
lit. We're
time.
having a good day. Technically we missed the 7 o'clock mark because it's currently 7:49 p.m. But I don't know if you can't really hear that. But as Glorilla says, it's 7 p.m. Friday. It's 95 degrees. I ain't got no nigga, and no nigga ain't got me. I cannot say that for Mo though.
Yeah, I got a nigga. I'm sorry. He
I mean, like
drives
I
me
kind of do
crazy.
too, but like I don't really know what's going on there. So I'm gonna just say that I don't have a nigga. I'm gonna leave it like that. And what's our next topic? One of our like most shared common things is like music, and a lot of music dropped today.
Oh my god, I didn't even get to finish listening to Lotto shit. I was over here catching up with other people. I was listening to Kanye. I was listening to Ice Spice. I was listening to all them people and shit.
I
Um,
haven't even bothered to listen to Ice Spice album. It's just there. I can't.
um. So I came to terms with her. Okay, I'm gonna put my
Mhm.
phone down for a second. I came to terms with Ice Spice. Because I'm from New York, I can't help but to try to want to support my New York girlie without being a hater. But she really had no other bops after Delhi. And Delhi was a hot mess, but Delhi was a bop in its own weird way, thanks to Riot. Riot is fire with the beats. Riot is what's saving her career. But
Right.
Shorty, why is it that your EP is better than your actual album? And your album, I went through all the credentials. 'Cause I'm crazy. Okay. I went through all the credentials. She only wrote like 4 songs. I had a problem with that because the only good song she had on her album, she didn't write. She had no helping part. She was trying to project somebody else. I'm just like, babes, that's not how it works here. You got a co-sign by Miss Taylor Swift. You got a co-sign by Miss Nicki Minaj. Now, regardless how you feel about Miss Nicki Minaj, because she's a hot mess in terms of like the way she be handling her shit with her husband and shit like that, you should have gave it because Miss Nikki crowned you as the princess. When Miss Nikki crowned you as the princess, you take that shit and you do something with it. Okay, I understand she's a product. She got all these brands going for her, but I find it a very big issue that your debut album comes out, everything's less than 2 minutes or like 2 minutes and some change. It felt like a long ass interlude. All of it felt like a long ass interlude. Um, they weren't completely horrible, but it's just like, what are we doing here? 'Cause at this point, you might as well just be an influencer, because
Honestly.
when you're not shaking your ass, what do you bring to the table, babes? I got no issue with ass shaking. We got Megan. Megan shakes ass all day, but see, Megan brings you the bars, and that's why I love Miss Megan.
Not only does she bring the bars, but she's educated. She has
Period.
something else going for herself. The brand
Period.
deals, the one she did for Prime Day, the Olympics.
Yes.
What
And
you got?
also, she was part of Miss Kamala Harris's fucking debate going on and shit. So honestly, Miss Megan do a lot for herself. I feel like Ice Spice annoys me because she just simply rests on pretty. If you're pretty, I don't have an issue being pretty, but don't just only be pretty. That goes for
Right.
whatever form of entertainment you're involved in. It almost makes me think of like Trish Stratus. Trish Stratus could easily rested on pretty and been a stable and made a lot of money in her career just by being pretty and hot. But that girl took the time to learn the art of wrestling, and now she is goaded as one of the greatest female wrestlers of all time. And here you got Miss Ice Spice. She got grazed lightly by Miss Minaj, and you did nothing with it. Because this time last year, babes, you was involved in the Barbie movie. I saw the Barbie movie. I was happy with the Barbie movie. You was the soundtrack for it, and you're not taking the baton they gave you and running with it. You just kind of just said, well, I'm pretty. I can shake my ass, so they're gonna like the same old shit. That's not how this
Wow.
generation with. This is the most judgiest generation you could deal with. This
Honestly.
gener right. This generation don't like anything. To be honest, we're the hardest people to please. I'm technically Gen Z, 'cause I'm born in '97. Okay. I'm the cusp of Gen Z. We do not like anything to begin with, and you gotta prove yourself 10 times fold. So the idea that Miss Ice Spice just came in and she's just all looks, shaking her ass, no improvement, we're gonna catch that, and we're gonna let you know if you don't do nothing about it, it's gonna
Mhm.
reflect in the numbers. And by
She only
someone who
like what? How much? Like 28K?
I think so, the idea that you got grazed by Taylor Swift, you got grazed by Nicki Minaj, and you've been grazed by the Barbie, Mattel, whatever the fuck their brand is, and you have your first debut album, honey. You should have been doing numbers, especially when you're throwing shots at Cardi. Especially when you're throwing shots at Cardi, the numbers should have been way up there, but it was not. It was embarrassing. It was very much embarrassing, and the
Like
music was
you talk
embarrassing.
about taking spots, but whose spot are you taking?
None at all. None at all. We're actually bored of you shaking your ass because it's expected. See, when Megan shakes her ass, Megan got a whole choreography paired with that. So it's not just Megan shaking her ass. Megan is
Exactly.
right,
She
kind of like
incorporates
Beyonce.
oh no, Beyonce's on a whole different level, but with
She
Megan,
is.
she incorporates what do you call it? Majorette?
Yes.
She because she went to HBCU, I believe.
Right. So there's a whole performance going with it. Ice Spice was lazy for the longest, and she was holding the mic, talking as if she just woke up out of bed and just like lazily shaking her ass cheeks as if she didn't want to be there. Okay, she just now recently threw in some choreography, which nice for you, babes, but it's just like it's so late in the game to save your career. Now you have to up it with the way that you rap, and you're not giving it. So now I just want to associate with you because I try giving you a chance. I'm a New Yorker. Bitch, you're a New Yorker. It's not given. It's not even
No.
giving Cardi. At least when it came to Cardi, even though she got ghostwriters, that bitch rapped her ass off. That bitch performed her ass off. She's like, all right, I'm not a rapper, for real, but I could recite, I could give the energy, and I know how to perform because, bitch, I'm a stripper. And she gave us that plus her bomb ass personality. And you know what? That's why we're satisfied. That
Right.
is why. Miss Ice Spice, her album, my biggest issue is that there was nothing to give to us outside the same old shit. That she keeps comparing herself to shit, which I think is weird. She's gonna steal your man, and her ass is fat on repeat. That's the same three things. I had
She
no
had like
issue
a
with
whole
it.
drama with that same Steal Your Man, like Central C. And God knows I love Central C. He has a few songs, but I kind of got turned away after he dropped. What song did he drop? He dropped something, and I think it was about that girl Madeline. I really don't know why people obsess over this girl. Like, to me, she's nothing special. You could call me a
Mhm.
hater about that. I really don't care, but I'm not gonna be too much of
His
a
girlfriend.
fan. They're exes now because apparently she didn't know that she was a part of his PR stunt for like the Ice Spice song that he did.
That's so nasty and unnecessary. But go on.
And I'm sorry, I can't be a fan of someone who said they want to live in a sundown town and then claim, oh, like, oh, I didn't know what a sundown town is. I'm just saying, you have access to the internet.
Mhm. That part.
And then she's friends with that Brooke Schofield girl that she had tweets that came out recently about how something about basically how Trayvon Martin deserved to be shot or something like that.
Who said that?
Her name is Brooke Schofield, and she had like this other drama on TikTok with this singer called, I don't remember what his name is. He's an irrelevant white singer, but hey, it's
Oh,
just like
baby.
I can't. Like y'all are just ruining your careers each and every day, and I'm gonna just sit back and watch. Because who does that?
Yeah, that ass. Cause what the fuck? I don't agree with that shit.
But yeah,
But
I stopped following Central C's like career after he dropped maybe that joint album he did with Dave. And after that, I just kind of zoned out from there.
I heard like one of his most viral TikToks, and then I saw the little song with him and Ice Spice, but it was so painfully obvious it was a PR stunt that I just kind of moved on and didn't like care to actually play the whole thing. So that's where I went.
I don't know, man. In terms of other music news, I haven't listened to Lotto's album yet. I'm probably gonna save that for last. Chloe just dropped a new album called Trouble in Paradise, and from what I'm seeing, um, it's getting a good reaction. But obviously, I gotta judge that for myself. Because when it comes to albums, there'll be like one or two songs or three songs that I'll probably like, but it's really hard for me to sit down and listen to a whole album over and over again unless I really, really like the artist. And I love Chloe. I listened to In Pieces, and that was a good album. But now I have to see what Trouble in Paradise gives. It's not like it's a like for me like a Beyonce album I can sit down and listen to over again. An Eminem album I can sit down and listen to over again. A Megan Thee Stallion album I can sit down and listen to that over again because like it's just like how they sequence the songs to me. And if the album is not cohesive in the way how you put the songs on the album, it's always like a hot mess.
I agree with that. I haven't listened to Alato's album in its entirety. I'm gonna give it a fair listen because the thing is that I like Lotto. I feel like she's a great artist. I tend to take faster to her when she's a feature as
Right.
opposed to her being just flat out it's her song. I don't know why, but like when she is featured on anyone's song, I'm like, yo, she's chewing. Like Seven, she chewed. There's a song with Offset, she chewed. In general, she just does really fucking good when she's
Right.
a feature. And she's a fantastic artist as far as I know. She's been doing her craft since she was like in her teens. And she's great. She runs around circles around people like Ice Spice. I feel like lyrically wise, if you pay attention, she could compete with Meg. She really could. Like very, very good. Very talented, beautiful woman. She gets the industry. She understands the industry. I don't understand why she doesn't get the numbers she gets. Maybe it's the whole beef she had with the bars or something, but
It's
she checks
definitely
off.
that.
Yeah, because she checks off all the boxes on what people pay attention to. She's gorgeous, she's talented, but if you want to go into the to how society standards are, yeah, she got the whole light skin attributes going and shit like that. So I'm just like, all right, why Ice Spice not her? Because she got a fat ass too. She light skin, she pretty as fuck, and natural pretty as fuck in the face. She didn't need any extra work there. She got a BBL as far as I know, but she didn't have anything else done besides that, and she literally wraps circles around Ice Spice. So I'm just very much confused. Um, I love her. I will give it a fair chance at her album, but I can't comment on something that I didn't listen to. But what we both did listen to was Marshall's album.
The death of Slim Shady, Coup de
Oh
Grace.
my god. Alika, what do you rate this album? Do you think that it's Eminem's best album of all time? Where would you rank this current album at?
Okay, I would be lying if I said it's his greatest album of all time. That would be an injustice to all the other albums he put out. But if I had to rank it, it's in like top five, my top five albums. Probably like number three. Yeah, like a number, like around number three. So like, just because of like songs that take you back to the Slim Shady days. Well, obviously because it's called the Death of Slim Shady, so it's gonna be focused around that alter ego that pisses everybody off. It's like y'all gotta learn to take a joke, please. I beg of you, learn to take a joke. He's not being serious. He doesn't actually think like that. But if I had to rank it, it would probably go um and don't call me on this, it'd probably go Encore.
Encore
Then
is such a good album. I think I actually got on board with the Encore album, to be honest.
like I don't know why, but it kind of sticks with me. And I think it's because that's when I first got into M, and that was like the album that came out around the time that I was listening to him. Well, the
Mhm.
first album I probably listened to. And then I would probably go Marshall Mathers LP 1. Then I would say come well, I think I said the Death of Slim Shady as number 3, but it could be interchanged with Kamikaze. Uh,
Recovery is nowhere on your list, ma'am.
okay, for me, recovery is like everybody's answer.
It is because it's the answers to all our problems.
I understand that, but at the same time, I like to give other albums attention. Like I'm not saying Recovery is a bad album. Recovery is like probably one of the greatest albums he's released since the
This
Eminem
is where
show.
our divorce starts, by the way, y'all. But go on.
Please listen. I'm gonna get booed for this, and people don't understand. But I really personally connect with this last album I'm about to say, and it's Revival. I actually
I like
really,
Revival.
I don't know. But a lot of people shit on Revival, and it's just like, are you actually listening to what this man is saying?
I wasn't on Twitter when Revival dropped, so when we were listening to Revival, like it's actually fire. Like, yo, it's a good time. I'm having a good time. And everyone's
Everyone
like,
was,
I hate it.
it's like, oh, like it was shitty. It's like, is this is not the Eminem we want? I'm like, this is like the Eminem that was on Recovery, so I'm confused
He
as
was
to
in his
what we're doing.
feelings. I really love River. Okay, that was a good song. Walk on Water. I mean, you either liked it or you didn't. I understand why you didn't.
Listen, when Water Walk on Water dropped, like first of all, when it even said featuring Beyonce, I'm like Eminem, Beyonce on the same song. This is not real life. I think I passed out at school when it when I found out. I think I passed out. I'm like, you have my favorite rapper and my favorite singer together on a song, and they debuted it around like the same time, and it took them almost 20 something years to get on a song.
Yeah.
And it's like the song is so meaningful, especially like when Beyonce sings the chorus. She's just like, I walk on water, but I'm not Jesus. It's like y'all like to compare her to God, and she doesn't think that herself. None of us, as like her fans, think she's God. And she said that so many times, God is God, I am not. Same thing with Eminem. He doesn't think he's God. He doesn't,
I don't
y'all
know.
just,
He kind of called himself the rap god.
you see, that's different. It's a rap God, but he's not God, God. We're not going to bring religion into this because, some people
He's
don't
a
believe in
god
that.
to me, people. I mean, you don't have to sound Alika, but he's definitely a god to my eyes.
You know what? Let me not say that because I feel like my parents are going to come across this podcast eventually.
It's
And
okay. I would take all the falls, fights, and faults. Eminem is a god to me, and when I go to his concert, I'm going to literally bow down to a god. Okay? Don't know when that's going to be, but I'm going to literally get on my hands and knees for a god. Okay? Okay.
fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, but I don't have anything against recovery. I don't have anything against music to be murdered by side A and B. Um,
What's your
Obviously,
favorite side? Is it A or B?
probably B because it has those kind of nights and farewell. Like those ones really hit for me.
Farewell was such a good song, especially if y'all had a toxic ex. Farewell is such a relatable song.
If I could play that from my toxic ex, I would. I really would, but I don't think you would
Oh,
get
yo,
it.
what I love about Marshall is that he don't give a fuck. He literally said, for what it's worth, you were a slut at birth. If the world had a dick, bitch, you fuck the
Fuck
earth.
the earth.
I try to get over you, it doesn't work. I'm still a cunt. You're still a fucking jerk. Like, I love him.
Poetry. Poetry, literally
Poetry.
Shakespeare, if you will. I don't really care if people think I'm being biased towards him. It's like, what do you see in Eminem? It's like a whole
No.
lot.
People
A
really
whole lot.
sleep on his relationship songs, and I absolutely
Because they're
love
so
them.
stuck on what he said as Slim Shady. There's a difference between Eminem and Slim Shady. You can tell which one is a Slim Shady song.
He has three characters, and people refuse to understand that there's three. You got Eminem,
Well,
the
four,
nigga
if
that's
you
gonna
count
chew
Kenny.
you out at any day, any given, all right? He not on
Right.
the internet, but he on the internet. My nigga got a burner account. So when he catch you slipping and talking shit, he's already writing. He got a thesis waiting for you. And he gonna chew you out about your fucking life. All right? That's Eminem. All right. And you got Slim Shady, all the intrusive thoughts that he wants to say, but maybe can't just say because you know it's a little bit wrong. But he don't really give a fuck. So he's like, you know what? I'm not gonna say that as Eminem or Marshall. I'm just gonna come at you as Slim Shady. I'm gonna tell you all the shit that I don't give a fuck about. All the shit I
Exactly.
don't give a fuck about. And then he got Marshall, where he wanted to talk about his depression, his drug abuse, what he been through in life, people that died in his life, his kids, just him being him, his depression. I love when I'm listening to Marshall. I really do. That's probably where I feel the most connected with this man. I mean, I love him in all ways, but Recovery album hits me different to where if it's not my number one, it has to be my number two off of personal experience. But I understand why it's not everyone's number one.
Right.
It depends on which version of Eminem do you like. And whatever one you go base off with might be your favorite. Some people adore the Slim Shady era, which I can't fault them for. The lot came out of the Slim Shady era. I love listening to what the fuck was the song called? Um, the Closet song about his mom.
Oh my God. Why do we not remember the song
I
name?
know the song. I'm
Clean
imagining him
my
shoveling
closet.
shit. Yes,
Clean out my closet.
I love that song and Stan. That's what got me going with the whole Slim Shady character. Even though he was bleeding into like his real life shit, that was definitely the Slim Shady character he was using. I love when he was being honest with Marshall. Probably my favorite song from him just being Marshall has to be Headlights. Headlights, yo, I never went through the shit that he went through in life. But Headlights makes me cry at the drop of a hat every single time because I was able to just visually put myself into his shoes. Like, damn, bro, you really had to go through that. Like, yo, take my life because I feel unworthy. I'd fuck with you so much. I don't think you deserve to have went through any of this shit. The song
I
just
think
got
that's like the
sadder and
main
sadder.
reason he doesn't perform Clean Out My Closet anymore. I think he refuses to perform it. That and Kim. That oh, speaking of Kim, like I according to some people that he performed it at that one concert where said person left the concert and attempted. Yeah, that was not a great time.
Oh my god.
But
I know when it came to clean up my closet in the song Headlights, he admitted he don't perform that song anymore. In the song, he just said like it almost kind of like makes him cringe and disgusted because he was angry at his mom, but he's not angry at his mom anymore. It's
yeah,
almost like, Mom, I love you. I don't agree what you did, but I forgive you. So that's where he was coming with that song. So I very much get why he doesn't perform that song anymore, why he doesn't like it. Which is okay. It's character development, it's him developing as a human and all that.
because a lot of people don't even like see that because they're so stuck on all of the out of pocket shit that he said. It's like he's more than that. It's like you don't have to like him, but you will at least respect him and I don't say like admire, but like what's a word that I could use?
I
Something
mean,
like
it depends on how you feel towards him. because I really do admire this man because it's just like people want to shun him all the time because he's white. If he was any other color, people would definitely praise him and celebrate him. But because unfortunately he's a white man, it's like, how dare do you colonize our sport? How do you colonize something we created? And I understand that point of view, I really do. But this man didn't take what you did and manipulate into anything else. He just came in and just been himself. He was himself, and or he took an extension of himself and created a character, if you will, and he kind of extrapolated what is rap. He understood it in the way that he could, and he kind of perfected it, and then took what he did and made it a different project. Not saying he took it and made rap a whole different thing, but he didn't want to take away the culture and adopt it per se. So it wasn't offensive to me listening to Eminem. And it makes me upset because a lot of people refuse to put him in their top five of greatest rappers of all time, and you cannot talk about rap without mentioning Eminem. He's been around since Big E. He got a song since with Big E. It's like, what are you talking about? Like this
People will
man,
never make sense. It's like you don't have to like him, but you damn sure will respect what he's done.
that's what I'm saying. Like even when like let's take Drake for example. I don't fucking like Drake. I don't. I stopped liking him after he made Start from the Bottom I'll Be Here because nigga, you live in a middle class fucking two house fucking apartment with a pool inside. What you mean start from the bottom, bitch? You got an underground pool. I can see it on Google Maps from here. The fuck? But you know, I can't deny that if I look back on our history 10 years from now, I'm gonna have to see Drake because he was the pop artist for our decade. I cannot deny that even if I tried. So the idea that y'all want to just deduct Eminem because he's white is fucking bullshit to me. You want to put other people in this space that aren't as good as him. Like he took it down to a science. He took it, he made it into his own. He didn't disrespect the game. I did not see him using words and slurs that don't identify with him. As far as I know, he's a white man that went through his own fucking struggles that he repeatedly talks about. It's not like it's hidden, it's out in the open. But for some reason, people have a hard time digesting. There's a white man in the game that's doing it better than your faves.
There was I think like the source brought it up. And like when he made the song when he was like 16, mind you, he apologized for this back in like 2003. But yeah, it got brought up again by Nick Cannon, who by the way follows both of us. Well, he follows me now because your old account got
Oh
deleted.
yeah, now yeah. He used to follow me in my last account after I shamed him for shaming by Bianca Belair.
For trying to impregnate her through the air or some crap. And we were
He
like,
just
who
sucked my
does
whole
that?
dick.
So
Yeah.
like he brought
I
up
made
this.
that nigga famous for a whole week. I don't care what anyone says. He went famous on Daily Mail, Yahoo News, and all this other shit. Like what five from 6 to 8 sources. Okay, like that nigga probably don't actually fuck with me, but he was happy for 5 minutes. People was actually tweeting about him because shit, bitch, you had not been relevant since Mariah left you, bitch.
Ooh, pocket, pocket.
Anyways, as you were saying, babes,
So yeah, like he brought it back up when he randomly decided to diss Eminem around 2019.
bitch ass nigga. I hate him. I really do. I hate him for the rest of my life.
So basically the song was and was basically saying something about black women are bitches or something like that. And he apologized for that. And it's like my thing is there's certain things that can be forgiven in this world. The only thing I will never forgive is a rapist and a
Yeah,
child molester. Like I will never forgive those type of people or a domestic abuser.
I agree.
But he apologized for it because he was a kid at
Yeah,
that time. It was
heartbroken
like
by one black girl.
he made a song about it. Same way how Kim broke his heart how many goddamn times and he made songs about Kim.
And guys are different than girls. I'm not sure if y'all noticed. I recently listened to Prom Queen from Lil Wayne. I laughed really hard watching the video because the nigga could not help but to put up all his accolades since this bitch denied him. Throughout the heartbreak really changes y'all. I didn't really think about it until I watched that video. I was just like, yo, y'all are really built different. We get heartbroken, we move on to the next guy. Y'all get heartbroken, become a villain. Is what I get the conclusion about. It's the whole origin of y'all story. So I really do.
Like one
I
bitch
feel
broke my heart, and now I have to take it out on everyone.
right now I gotta be a whore because this bitch from ninth grade, Bethany, really fucked me up. Bethany, this whore. Okay, I really yo, not Alika dying. Like I really spent about to go hard, be a man of the house, raise a family, and Bethany left me for Chad, and I will not get over it. Y'all really do this. And it's the funniest thing for me. That music video was fucking funny. Y'all watch it back. Lil Wayne starts putting in all his accolades. Cause in case the bitch didn't know, he has to list it. Like, bitch, I really got a Grammy since you left. Not sure if you noticed. I went double platinum since you left. Not sure you
Not sure if you
noticed.
know this.
It was the funniest thing ever. So the idea that Eminem took accountability, and since then, when he was rapping, I never heard him like to me ever act like he was culture appropriating. He always presented himself as is or in character, but to me, even as character, he was never fully offensive. Although I can understand why the Slim Shady character can be offensive in today's standards because we're very progressive and there's a lot of things people don't stand for, which if you don't fuck with it, I totally get it. But for the times, it fit. Y'all listen to DMX. DMX was shouting about the same fucking thing Slim Shady was shouting about.
But it's
Homosexuality and
because,
all that.
but it's because he's
Yes, that's why people stone him. I'm not saying he has to be in your top five, but y'all need to not act like he's not good. I'm sitting here listening to the most recent album he dropped, and I'm thinking it's a masterpiece. And I kind of grew into not listening to what everyone on Twitter is thinking and feeling because I noticed that for some reason, when it comes to just a particular app of Twitter, everyone has a weird fetish for hating on something. And I'm listening to the whole album, like, yo, there's no skips on this. It's literally a conceptual masterpiece. Whereas if you don't listen to it from beginning to end, you're going to miss something. So listen to it from beginning to end. And even the sad songs got me. I couldn't relate to it because I didn't go through it, but I'm over here crying. I'm like, yo, I can really put myself in his shoes. He really put on other artists throughout this album, but he also wanted to give his daughter something to listen to when he takes off. And the idea that anyone could complain about anything on this album, like, what the fuck are you talking about? I didn't even know that until last night, girl. I'm over here
the
at the gym
only
listening.
thing when it came to this album is because he mentioned Megan, and I could understand why her fans, the hotties, were upset because of the whole thing with that midget who shall not be named because I hope he rots under the jail cell. And like, there's a lot of, I'm gonna touch on that after. And it's like the bars that he mentioned Megan in, it's like I don't really see how he's poking fun at her,
He
but at
said
the
that he
same
want to
time,
feature with her. Would I
he
have a
does.
shot at defeat? Actually, can I have a feature with Meg? People didn't understand the double entendre and focus on the shot at her foot, saying, why would you make fun of her fucking foot being shot at? She just literally said, yo, I kind of want to collide with you. And she took it personally and just went ahead and made a diss track against him.
Which diss track is that? Because I feel like I missed that.
I didn't listen to it because I didn't really care. Come like, baby girl, like, he literally has dissed the whole world. It was very clear to me as a listener that he was just channeling his Slim Shady. Like
I mean,
Houdini was
that was the
literally
whole point of Houdini.
right, and a lot of people miss the point, and I don't know how you miss the point But at the same time, not everyone is a Eminem fan. So they're here listening to Houdini and thinking, oh, he's just taking a shot at Meg because he's just an uncultured white swine. It's just like, no, he was just doing what he normally does. Slim Shady is all of his very much intrusive, and maybe not even for him intrusive thoughts, but very much intrusive thoughts. So that's all he did, and just said, "I want to feature with Meg, but let me make it a double entendre and let's calm on her foot. Can I have a shot at her defeat?" That's it. That's it. It was nothing crazy. I was actually lighthearted compared to the shit that Slim Shady is known for. Y'all would know if you're actual Slim Shady fans, but you're not. So everyone want to get on Twitter. That's a Gen Z or past Gen Z and start typing up saying, "Oh my God, this man's an evil person," and it's just like he really didn't mean that. I promise you, he didn't mean that. He's just talking shit to channel Slim Shady. Because if you listen to the album, he's really killing off a character that cannot exist in 2024. But y'all won't get that for
No,
whatever reason. Y'all won't get that. I'm not saying y'all gotta deem him the best rapper of all time, but can y'all at least understand the
it's
assignment?
literally right in the album name, The Death of Slim Shady.
But they don't seem to understand that, and that's what frustrates me. It's such a deep album, and even with Candace Owens, I just need to touch up on her because she tries saying there's no evolution with Eminem's music, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, bitch? Every step of the way, this man has updated us on his state of mind and what he's going through. So,
You
and
can
so,
really hear it from album to album. You think he's gonna sound the same from the Slim Shady LP?
no, he got
You think
off
he's
the
gonna
drugs,
sound the same
man.
from the Eminem show?
He grew up. He became more present in his life as a father, but he also got off them fucking drugs and became more mature. So you heard less of Slim Shady and more of Eminem and Marshall. One of the two. So the idea she's like, oh, he's still producing the same shit. Nah, bitch, when he was talking shit about shoes because he meant it. That was Slim Shady.
Nobody likes you.
Nobody likes you, Candace Owens. Nobody likes you. Okay? Like that was just
Right,
him
right.
getting whatever the fuck he felt off, and that's just my issue for me because like if you're gonna talk shit about Eminem, I'm fine. We could have a debate. Please make it make sense. Please have studied his stuff enough to where you could talk shit. Because listen, I'm a Drake hater. I'm a Drake hater at heart. I'm a Drake hater because I was a Drake fan.
This is the Drake and Tory Lane's hate fan club.
I loved Drake in the beginning. And so when he switched up, I was able to be a full on hater with my chest, similar to Kendrick. Okay, so when I talk shit, I'm speaking from a place where I know. If you're gonna talk shit about Eminem or Marshall, as they put it, please at least like understand the assignment so we can have a full on dialogue. But most of the people
Exactly.
that come at me with this shit don't know shit about Marshall, Some Shady, or Eminem. They don't even know there's three people at once. They don't fucking understand it. And it's like, all right, shoulder shrug. Could y'all listen to trash ass artists to begin with?
It's like I can't help that you have poor taste. See a doctor about that. Maybe you have COVID.
Not my problem.
Pretty sure that was a bar that he had,
What
but I
happened?
could be wrong. I said that I'm pretty sure that was a bar that he had, like about having no taste. You might have COVID, something. I can't remember who the fuck said that. I'm
He
pretty
has
sure it was
definitely
him.
commented more than once on his album about people not listening him as being the greatest of all time because he's white. He's well aware.
Speaking of that, there was a list. I'm pretty sure you saw this tweet. I tweeted it like a couple days ago or yesterday. There was this person who's like, I can name like this is a list of rappers who rap better than Eminem, and on that list was Playboy Cardi.
I need to look at your page real quick. Hold on.
I'm like, in what dimension, and universe, and timeline is Playboy Cardi a better rapper than Eminem?
He never came to my mind, but I feel like I've seen this list before, so I'm scrolling through your shit right now as we speak.
I probably talk a lot on my Twitter.
I mean, I see 3 days ago, so I mean, it's not that bad. Do you know how many days ago it was?
Can't be further than yesterday or Wednesday.
It was on your Flow Alika account.
Yeah.
Okay, so you definitely quote cheated somebody, and I just scrolled past. But people say dumbass shit on Twitter, and that's why I don't be on the app as hard as I like to be. Cause y'all just like to bandwagon on shit, and I just can't sit for that.
Um, the amount of times I probably lose brain cells from sitting on Twitter is it's like I gotta leave the app and come back. It's like y'all are
I
y'all
gotta
are
remind myself from time to time that it's a bunch of people that are younger than me and haven't experienced enough life, and y'all are the technology generation, fortunately and unfortunately. So it's just so unfortunate because just like if only y'all were this there, you wouldn't have these opinions. But um the social media age rules with whatever is unanimous. And unfortunately, whatever is unanimous, y'all just roll with. Which is unfortunate. I wish y'all would just have a fucking opinion of your own. I really do. Because social media is not life. If you walk out into the world, if y'all deactivate your shit for 6 months, is not real life. It's not. So when I hear this, what the shit y'all combating about and calling each other, it's like, yo, you know damn well in person, if y'all was running up against each other in the street, y'all would not say that. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. You're a bunch of keyboard warriors, and I can't stand that. I really much can't. That's not how y'all will operate or conduct yourself, and you know that. So, which is a facade
you
to
can
say,
talk all the
babe.
shit you want online, but at the end of the day, this is the internet, babe. To go outside, smell the fresh breeze, touch the grass, pet a cat. Not yours, but pet a cat.
Something, love. Something,
Touch
babe.
something to bring you back to reality. Please.
And
I
that's
mean,
all this podcast is. We just being honest because I don't think enough people are honest.
I should have said at like the beginning, warning, this podcast may hurt your feelings. And if it does, I just have
What a
one thing
great
to tell
title
you.
name.
What is our title name? Right now
This
it just says
podcast might hurt
episode
your feelings. That's a great podcast title.
episode one. This may hurt your feelings. But sorry, not sorry. You know what? That could be episode two. Sorry, not sorry. That's a great name. See,
I
look at
agree.
us. Look at us. We're just smart
That
on the
part.
same wavelength.
That part.
If only our resident blonde, but she's not blonde at the moment, was here.
It's okay. We got your big titty committee babes here. Here, front and center. But onward to our final part. Because y'all like wrestling. That's why y'all are here. Actually, that's why we both fucking became friends. Wrestling, right?
Honestly.
Um, I want to touch upon this whole Dom and Lip thing. I've been seeing around that people are comparing it to Edge and Lita. And I take it to mean that's the same exact reaction I had, bitch.
Like, let me tell you something. Kayfabe wise, we're gonna go kayfabe wise because I'm gonna touch on y'all taking this shit a little bit too seriously for my liking. Because again, I need you to touch grass. Please touch it.
Please
Kayfabe
water it,
wise,
touch it, all that.
the Dom Liv Rhea storyline will never be the same as the Edge Lita and that person storyline.
My bitch was an authentic thought. Okay? She ruined the relationship between Edge and Matt and her and Matt.
You can
You
never be
cannot
Lita.
compete where you don't compare, as Naomi Campbell would say.
That part. This is
Continue, babe.
kayfabe wise. We're not talking about the real life characters of Adam, Amy, and Batman. I'm
Yes.
sorry, I don't call him by his name. He does not deserve any respect from me because of that cardboard cutout video that he decided to post to the internet. A couple
He ain't
all
serious
years
shit his
ago.
bum ass apartment, this poor ass bitch. Rebby has to
It's
house
like
him.
okay, yeah, you got hurt. And oh my god, I got into an argument. This was like back in 2021 over someone's like, oh, you condone cheating. It's like I don't condone cheating. I condone cheating on Matt Hardy. Cause have you seen Edge? I too would leave him
I dead
forever.
ass would what? 6'5" and a big ass dick. Of course I would.
Hello, blonde hair. look, them abs, them tattoos. Please be serious. Please be
Right.
serious. And
And you
at
gotta
the end
come
of
on
the
some
day,
matte scoring ass. You didn't even get the better hardy, you get the mid hardy, get that.
at the end of the day, their relationship was gonna end because she herself couldn't see them going anywhere past what they already had because they were connected by wrestling. And then what? Once they end up both retiring or something, what's gonna happen then? The relationship is just gonna deteriorate. And who wants to be stuck in a unhappy
Basically.
relationship? Like,
Basically. It
I
makes
would
me
never understand
upset
that.
because I feel like Leah did not deserve to go out that way. Even if she did mess up, you male wrestlers to this day, and I got the receipts. Y'all be cheating on your girls and your wives to this day. So I don't understand why my girl gotta get stoned and she can't walk her fucking dog. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. My girl couldn't walk her dog because some nigga wanted to be a bitch ass buffoon and just go on his blog, and he wanted to reenact how he got cheated on and tell the whole world how he got cheated on. Listen, day and night, you wrestlers cheat on your girlfriends and your wives. That's problem A. Problem B for me is she has such a legendary career, and upsets me because I adore Trish. I like Trish. I really do. But they don't hold Lita the same at the same stake as they hold Trish because of that incident. They let Lita walk out, and yeah, I know they gave her a few matches afterwards after the fact, but they have her going out as being known as a whore, and that bothers me because the males are a whore repetitively towards their wives and their girlfriends. I don't care if you're a whore, but why is it that Miss Lita, after everything she gave, she was the most hardcore bitch y'all had at your time. She kept males employed. I could write a whole thesis about my girl's pussy and how powerful it is. So the idea that Miss Lita gets written out as okay, she was Edge's whore. Okay, that bothers me because if it weren't for my girl, y'all would not be taking risks because she took all the risks you bitches were scared of taking, whether it was weapons, whether it was a steel cage match, whether it was
Empty
supporting
gender.
yes, and then taking bumps from males. My girl did all that. I love Trish. Trish did a lot in her own category, but Lita did just as much, so if not more, in her own category. So the idea that she had to go out as a whore bothers me because Shorty was just living life. I don't agree and condone cheating, but she was given far too many lashes that was deserved. And so comparing it to the whole Dom and Lip thing, I love the story. I think it's great. I think it's great shit. If anything, yeah, me being me, I'm on Lip side. I am because
It's like
um
I can't really be on either side. I feel like I'm like right in the middle because I see both sides of it. Because on one hand, people are like, oh, Rhea manipulated Dom into join the Judgment Day and all of that. And then, Liv is getting revenge because Rhea took her out for 8 months. It's like I see both sides, but my problem is the stands on Twitter.
why so?
Because I need y'all to remember this is a storyline. And some of you are taking their interactions on Twitter and you're thinking it's real. I was like, do y'all remember that this is not real?
They don't
Like,
understand that. They're a bunch of again, it's people that haven't developed their frontal lobe yet that we're dealing with on Twitter. And I remind myself that every single time I get onto Twitter.
I was like, I enjoy the little threads, where they're explaining why, like how the story took place and all of that. I enjoy those. But there's some of y'all who are actually thinking that Dom and Liv are together. or that Rhea
I
and Dom were actually together. These people
if
are
y'all don't
married.
know, Dominic goes home to his wife every night.
That boy is in love with his wife. Since high school, oh, you were getting him off of him. You were not getting him off of her. Rhea is happily married. She looked really good in her wedding dress. That was a nice wedding dress.
She
She's honestly, I
does.
would wear that. That was a
She
nice
most
dress.
definitely does. Yeah.
And Liv is very private about her love life, which she should be. I'm not sure if she's still dating the person I thought she was before. And if she's
She's still
not,
very much single.
oh, is that what she said?
Apparently, according to sources I know.
Oh, well, good for her. Even if she wasn't, just remember, at the end of the day, these are storylines. I need you to come back to reality. Just remember that. But one thing will not come to reality about is Roman Reigns. Hello, 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 hello. I waited 4 months for this man to come back to me. I was on Twitter counting the days since he left. Day one of missing Roman Reigns is Universal. What was it? The undisputed Universal Champion. Yeah, it was rough to the point where I stopped watching SmackDown because I didn't want to see Cody as champion. I still don't.
I like Cody, but I'm bored. And I just started watching people. I stopped watching for multiple months. Sometimes they do this thing where the babyface feels good to be champion, but once the babyface becomes champion, it's kind of boring. It's a lot more fun to me when the heel stays champion and so the babyface could chase, personally. But if y'all feel differently, you're entitled to. It's a very subjective sport.
Exactly. Everyone has their faves. Because, like, I can see where they're just like, oh, they haven't really shifted away from the bloodline story. But it's just like, at the end of the day, well, then again, y'all been begging for Cody to finish the story. And unfortunately, that involves the bloodline, which was said from the SmackDown after WrestleMania. They're going back after the title.
Yeah.
But obviously, they got sidetracked with other stuff, with Randy and Kevin Owens and all of that, with Tamatonga coming in, which, by the way, Tamatonga, if you're listening, I know he's not, but, talk to your girl. Just a chat. No, I'm playing. But like Tama Tonga came in, Tonga Loa, Jacob Fatu. Like as much as y'all like to call them the Temu bloodline, like they've been making waves. Of course, nothing can compare to the original bloodline with Roman, Jimmy and Jay and Solo. But you won't deny the talent that Jacob and Tama and Tonga Loa has. As much as y'all like to clown them. Like
Yeah.
y'all not gonna do that, especially with Jacob. Don't fuck with Jacob. Don't do that. Have you seen how fast that man can move in the ring? Don't do that. He is the talent that comes out of that family. The wrestling business is not ready. I'm gonna tell you that.
I'm someone that didn't watch for a minute, but from what I'm overhearing, y'all were not satisfied when Roman Reigns left. And sometimes there's shoes that are so big you cannot fill them with somebody else, even if they're part of the same lineage. And I mean, I was satisfied when Roman Reigns came back. It's actually kind of like cool that prior to the pandemic, I did not respect this man at all. Thought he was annoying, thought he was garbage, thought he was the forced John Cena. And he kind of came into his own to the point where it's just like, yeah, we kind of need him back. Like, I need him back the way I need The Rock back during his time.
And you see, that's another thing. Like the build up of WrestleMania and how people weren't feeling like The Rock. It's just like, okay, yeah, I get it. He talked a lot, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, the storyline became better. Like I got really pissed that I couldn't get Rock versus Roman. I got so
I
pissed.
mean,
I was like,
I feel like we're gonna get it this year, if we have to be honest.
we might, but you just gotta see how it plays out because Roman's gonna wanna, take back, his claim as a tribal chief. Like he's the original tribal chief, and you can't take that from him. But I don't
Right.
know. Another thing too
I
is,
feel like
yeah, go ahead.
no, I just feel like in general they're gonna give it to us because last year we couldn't get it in its entirety, so they had to like salvage what they had and give half and half. So we got Roman Reigns twice. But I feel like now, especially with it being Vegas, you have to because we should have got Rock in Hollywood, but we didn't. So we're getting now.
I mean, Rock versus Roman in Vegas would be also a moneymaker. Because like the thing with
Right.
WrestleMania in Vegas, I know you said that you're probably when it gets closer, you're gonna be like, I wish I had tickets, and I'm going to make you get tickets. I'm going to make you get tickets. There will be no ifs, ands,
I'm
or
gonna get
buts.
my shit up. I'm gonna get
We
my
will
shit
go to
up just for
Vegas.
you.
I'm gonna get to Vegas somehow. Somehow, I have to enjoy my first WrestleMania. Unless they magically announce in 2027 they're gonna take WrestleMania to Toronto. God forbid.
Hmm.
God forbid, because I don't know if I could really fight these people for WrestleMania tickets in Toronto. Wrestling fans in Toronto just irk me. I'm not gonna get into that. But what was I saying? God, you see, I talk so much that I lose my train of thought.
My bad.
But you're gonna get those tickets. There will be nothing less said.
Oh yeah,
We
no, definitely. She's gonna kill me off if I don't come out with her. So
Yeah. I'm still trying to get her to come to me. But
listen, bitch, I missed my passport last week due to my little tragedy, but next Thursday, I got you.
thank you. Thank you. I was trying to get
I
her
will
out
eat
for her
Alika's
birthday, but
pussy before this month. Well, sorry, before this year ends, I will eat Alika's pussy. Don't worry, y'all.
I'm telling him to edit that shit out. Cause then my
Sorry,
my
I'm gonna have
my
to bleep a few things. My
Mhm.
bad.
Yeah, that whole entire part will be bleeped out. And
Do
if
I
you
want it
want
though?
the
Nah, we could bleep it.
explicit version,
We're gonna have a monetized channel.
yeah.
Okay? Monetize.
Sorry, not everything is for free. Except
That
for Mo.
part.
Everything's free for her.
I don't want nothing free from me, bitch. You better pay to see me either.
Why would I pay you?
You're not gonna pay me, but they gonna pay for me.
They will, not me though. I get shit for free.
Not you. No, hell no. What? You get what do you want out of me?
Period. Come here. That's what I would like.
That part. That part.
And like probably
But
one last
yeah.
thing with wrestling. Can Shawn Michaels please give OTM some more TV time? I quite like seeing Bronco Nima on my TV and Lucian Bryce. And like I love Jada Parker. Jada's a star, but I need more Bronco and Lucian. I need them to have a better storyline than the one that they have with the OC. Like that was fine, but what's his name? Carl Anderson? He actually broke Bronco's nose. He had to go get like surgery and shit. He wears a mask on TV and shit now, like Cody Rhodes. Like, please be for real. Why would you throw a chair at his face? Have my man all busted up and shit. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Please put him on TV some more, Shawn Michaels. I'm begging you. And also give Jakara more TV time too. And some more matches. I quite like seeing her
Yeah,
wrestle.
I thought she was gonna be a star immediately off the way she looks, but they playing with her.
Like there's a lot. Like I know some of them get matches on Level Up, but it's like not everyone gets to watch Level Up because it's filmed the same day as NXT, but it's showing on like this Saturday or like the Friday night or the Saturday. It's like some of us don't have Peacock, you know, for those who live in the islands, aka me. I don't have access to Peacock. So I do have access to NXT. So can you like put them on matches on NXT? That would be like really nice. Because he has talent. Him and Lucian, they have a lot of talent that can be showcased and they're not really getting it. And also, let's talk about the fact that y'all took the NXT title off of Trick Williams and gave it to Ethan Page.
Unless you put my man up to deal with the world title, why y'all do that?
I have no idea. And now he's feuding with Pete Dunne.
Who? Because honestly, Pete Dunne has not been relevant in years.
Oh, I have a crush on Pete Dunne. But yeah,
I thought he was cool for 5 minutes with the whole hand manipulating shit. Thought about how that man knows how to use his fingers in some other way. But I'm over him. I don't see him hitting his stride. And like, what more do you do with that? There's not very much. I like Pete Dunne, but he's kind of done.
Bars.
I wasn't trying to be bars at all. I was just saying, like,
I know you're being serious,
for
but
real,
like I couldn't
for
help.
real. He really don't got nothing else going for him, and it's kind of predetermined. He's not going to be a world champion at this point.
I mean, he technically already was in NXT UK, so like he's already
I'm
reached
talking
that
about
point.
on the big leagues. I'm talking about main roster where it counts.
I don't know, unless you know, like I don't know, like Pete Dunne was one of Triple H's golden kids, so eventually he might have like a main title run. I don't know. I don't like fantasy booking because if I fantasy book, I'm just gonna disappoint myself, and I get enough disappointments in life. I don't need more.
I mean, I
Sorry,
get
not
it,
sorry.
but it's just there's nothing that they want for him based off the way he looks and his stature, and that's just the cold way that WWE looks, irregardless of how progressive you are and I am. Some people got the it for them and their product, and some people don't, and that's why a lot of people flock to AEW
You'll never
to
get
hit
me to
their
watch that
second
shit.
stride.
Never. You will never get me to watch that bullshit. Sorry. They just seem really unorganized. The storylines don't make sense. MJF, just no. I'm sorry. I can't.
None of it. Yeah.
But you know what? It is what it is. And honestly, we're just along for the ride. And Mo is ready to go the fuck. She got her headphones dropping off and shit.
I'm here.
Baby, you're
I'm here.
gone. You're
A
gone.
little bit. Might have had like 6 shots, but we had a great podcast, a great first
It did.
podcast.
It was
I was
chaotic. Just like
definitely
the plan.
chaotic, but that's what I expected from us.
From
That's
how we
exactly
talk
what
in
I
the
expected.
Discord, yeah.
We've been going over an hour as we speak, but yeah, it was a great first podcast. Hopefully y'all tune in. Sorry that
It's not
Courtney wasn't
done.
here, but she will be here for our next podcast. But yeah,
This was
it was a good
fun.
night.
It was definitely fun. Definitely a little too fun. But now that little first episode, y'all. I'm lit as fuck, if you couldn't tell.
Welcome
Definitely
to the
too lit as
chaos
fuck.
that is our group chat on a daily basis. We're basically
Chaotic.
putting you in the group chat, but not really in the group chat because y'all can't see everything that we see. That's
That
confidential.
part.
You know, you don't always share the girls group chat with your man, and y'all definitely
Hell
ain't
yeah.
getting.
What the fuck?
I mean, if he goes through the group chat, I don't know, his feelings might be hurt. Maybe just a little bit. Who knows?
Yeah, I think my fucking laptop was dying is what happened here. But I don't really see you, I see me. We will see you around, y'all. This is a very ghetto ass first podcast, but what else would you expect from the pretty and the disturbed? One bitch is too disturbed to be here. And
Exactly.
that's how we roll.
And that's what
That
you go
being
get.
said, that being said, thank you for tuning in. This is our first episode. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you again next episode.
Have fun, y'all. Bye.
Sit boy.